Hello mga kaguro, this is Sir Jory, your partner and guide in troubleshooting and working out with your documents. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make an action research proposal. But before anything else, we have to understand first what is an action research. Action research, according to Kurt Lewin in 1944, it is described as a process of investigation and inquiry that occurs as action is taken to solve a problem. In this definition, it clearly shows that an action research undergone in a process of investigation, thinking about the problem, identifying the gaps, and you are also thinking about better solution, formulating an intervention. It means to say that in doing an action research, it really takes time, effort, and it cannot be done overnight, because you are trying to do something that will going to provide better solution to the existing problem. It is not about only making a survey and trying to know or gather the results about how the problem exists or what are the cause or reasons why there's a problem. But this is really different, because in this time you are trying to make an intervention. You are trying to formulate a better solution, and you're going to implement it to solve the problem. And then you are also trying to gather data and evaluate the overall result of the implementation of your formulated intervention. Next, it is a practice of reflective inquiry. Reflective inquiry is another approach in doing some research wherein you are trying to provide your own idea about what you have observed, what you have experienced. You are reflecting about the encountered gap or issue present in your workplace, in your school, and you are reflecting on how you will be able to solve it with the materials, with the resources that you have, with the idea, with the knowledge and skills capacity that you have. In this part, you are trying to understand the problem, and you are trying data collection, reflection, analysis, data-driven action taken, and redefinition. It is a cycle, because first you are trying to think about the gaps or problem that you're interested with, and then you are trying to gather the data, and then you're making a reflection about your work, and then you are analyzing the result of the intervention or strategy or innovation that you have implemented. And then right after the overall evaluation of your entire study, that's the time for you to redefine your problem, because there might be a chance that you can encounter another problem along or during the implementation of your intervention. It is a spiraling cycle, because you started from a simple problem, and then up to the end part you again experience another problem, and you're trying to think about another solution to it, and that is a never-ending research. It is a spiraling cycle, because in doing an action research, you are discovering another problem. You are also trying to resolve another problem that you might encounter along the way. All right, so that is all about an action research. Action research compared to basic research, action research is really great because you are doing something to solve the problem, unlike basic research, which is only trying to know the cause, the reason why the problem exists, trying to make a survey and trying to provide discussions about why that kind of problem exists. But an action research, it is more than basic research, because right after identifying the problem, the causes, right after you conducted a survey and you have point out the root cause of the problem, and then you are formulating your own intervention, your own strategy, your own innovation to solve the problem. That's what I love in action research. What are the types of action research? First is classroom action research. In this one, you are making an action research within your classroom. If you are a subject teacher, an advisor, and if you are interested with the gaps, the existing problems that you have observed in school, and if you are trying to make an action research for that is called classroom action research. Collaborative action research is a combination of 2 to 3 members of your fellow teacher, your fellow researchers. It might be your principal also, or non-teaching staff present in your school, because we also acknowledging or encouraging non-teaching staff to conduct also an action research. In this part, you already have a partner, and in finding a partner, you have to make sure that this partner could really help you, especially in the implementation of your action research. It's up to you if you have to conduct 2 schools in one cluster, okay? Because we are encouraged, if you're planning to conduct a division-wide research, make sure that you are conducting an action research in 2 or more schools in one cluster. Okay, for example, if you will be conducting an action research in Kawen Cluster 1, you have to identify the 2 schools present in Kawen Cluster 1, 2 or more schools in Kawen Cluster 2, 2 or more schools in Kawen Cluster 3, and that is already a division-wide research. Alright? Themes in line with BERA, or Basic Education Research Agenda. First is teaching and learning. This part, if you are planning or conducting an action research related to curriculum, to pupils' academic performance, pupils' numeracy and literacy skills, that is already an action research in teaching and learning theme. And if you are planning and interested to conduct an action research about child labor, pupils with physically abuse, or pupils that or students that are molested and experiencing problems in their home, so that is already about child protection. And the group of people included here or involved here in this research are the Child Protection Committee of school, parents, the pupils, the barangay, and also DSWD personnel. Alright? Human resource development, if you are school HR, and if you are planning to make an action research about it, and if you have identified a problem and if you think you could provide a better solution, that kind of research falls already in human resource development. Governance, if you are a member of a school development team, if you're also working with your school head in terms of your AIP and SIP, and if you're interested for the total and overall improvement of your school, that kind of research already falls in governance. Gender and development, disaster risk reduction management, and SPED. Alright, so these are the themes and sub-themes in line with basic education research agenda. Alright, and this part is the BERF format or the action research template. Part 1 is the context and rationale. In this time or in this part, you are discussing your problem and also the kind of solution that you have searched from the internet, the kind of solution also that you formulated. Alright, you are also including right here the previous researches that better support your study. And in action research, these are the goal that you wanted to accomplish. These are the sets of questions that you seek to answer. Propose innovation, intervention, and strategy. These are the things that you're going to apply in better solving the gaps or problem present in your area or in your workplace. Alright, and the fourth one is action research method, which is composed of the group of participants and other sources of data and information. You are going to discuss right here the specific number of people you wanted to include in your research, the group of people, the data gathering methods on how you will going to gather your data, the data gathering instrument, the data gathering tools, and data analysis. And number 5 or part 5 is action research work plan and timelines. In this part, you are also providing your overall plan in the implementation of your action research or in the conduct of your action research. You are discussing right here the things that you're going to do on the pre-implementation, the implementation phase, and the post-implementation phase. And you're also assigning specific days, weeks, or months in this activity that you are going to do in the conduct of your action research. Cost estimates is the part where you are listing or recording all the things that you're going to need in accomplishing your research. the total amount of money that you were going to use in working with your intervention, and also the materials that you're going to need. Next, plans for dissemination and utilization. In this part, you are discussing right here your plans on how you will going to spread and introduce your study from different groups of people. And lastly is the references. You're going to cite all the references, the study, the website where you have taken your ideas. You have to make sure that it is in APA format. And another thing, you have also to include the appendices in doing your action research proposal. Alright? Important reminders in working with your action research proposal. The font style is Arial. The font size is 11. And the spacing is double space, and the size of paper is short. Okay? Don't forget this one, because this might be the reason that your proposal will not be qualified, because you're not following the instruction. You have to take note of this important reminders in working and outlining your action research proposal. Action research proposal point system. Okay, in every part of your action research proposal, there's an equivalent point that you have to remember, that you have to put into consideration. Context and rationale has 30 points. Action research questions have 30 points. Action research methods have 30 points. Action research work plan and timeline 5 points. Cost estimates 5 points, a total of 100 points. So if you reach 70 points, it means you pass the evaluation, because the passing rate is 70 points. Alright, hope that you also take note of this point system, and you have to consider this one in writing your action research proposal, because this will going to guide you to be qualified in the review and evaluation in our research committee. Okay? The process flow of submitting your action research proposal. Alright, so step 1, teacher submits action research proposal to district research committee. And the district research committee will going to receive and review the proposal, and will provide technical assistance to the researcher. If there are errors, then the researcher will revise the proposal and will send that one again to district research committee. And right after the district committee graded the action research proposal, and if the proposal have or reach 70% pass score, and that will be forwarded to schools division office, schools division research committee. All proposals with 70% above passing rate will be forwarded to a schools division research committee. Alright, and the schools division research committee will going to review and evaluate again that proposal, and they will going to grade that one. And if that proposal reach 70% or 70% passing rate, that kind of proposal will then be forwarded to regional research committee, and the regional research committee will going to review again that kind of research proposal. And if that proposal pass the 70% passing rate, and it will be funded by BERF, okay, or Basic Education Research Fund. Proposals below 70% passing rate is considered non-BERF and will not be funded by BERF. All right, still you can continue um, in conducting your action research. You can proceed working out with your action research if, although if you don't have budget, or if the region was not able to give you a budget for that, but still you have to continue working it, because you can um, receive points for that if you're planning to apply for promotion. All right, so I will be showing you right now my action research proposal. Okay, so please bear with me and please stay on the screen. Okay, first you have to prepare your annexes. Okay, Annex 1 is all about your research proposal application form and endorsement of immediate supervisor. Alright, if your study is school-wide or classroom-based research, your immediate supervisor is your school head. And you have to discuss right here your research title, the short description of your research study, and you have to check right here if that kind of research falls into category of school district, schools division, region, or national research. And then you have to check here if which research agenda or category or theme that your action research proposal falls into. Okay, and you have also to include right here your proposed have to include here through the financial support provided by Basic Education Research Fund, the date, Then you have to discuss right here, just like for example my research, I have an innovation which is a digital oral reading fluency application, and I still have intervention. Okay, this is an intervention material or strategic intervention material, and I have another strategy, okay, which is smart strategy. All right, and you have to discuss right here the implementation of your proposed innovation, intervention, and strategy, pre-implementation, implementation stage, and post-implementation stage, action research methods, the participants of the study. Okay, you have to specifically provide the data of the number of participants, the group of people, and then next will be your data gathering method on how you are going to gather your data, what are the tools that you're going to use, the instrument, the data analysis tool, okay, what are the statistical instrument or tool that you're going to use to gather data or to interpret your data, the ethical considerations. This is my action research work plan and timeline. Alright, in doing an action research, you are encouraged to make a work plan. But if you have basic research, it's okay if you were going to use only the timeline. So this is a work plan. It has research activities, tool data to be collected, data analysis or interpretation, target date, and number of days. Okay. And then this is my certificate of validity, certificate of reliability. Alright, so those are the things that you're going to include in doing your action research. Another thing, if you have an innovation, don't forget also to include the layout of your innovation in your appendices. Okay? And if you have an intervention, don't also forget to include the design of your intervention in your appendices. Alright? So I believe you have already understand how to create an action research proposal. Thank you so much, dear teacher, for watching and listening here in my channel. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. And this is Sir Jory again, nagpapaalala na, don't think your problem is a burden, but rather think that problem as a challenge. Happy working mga kaguro!